Complete Control Radio, Joseph here with you, hanging out with my good friends Sean and David from Big D and the Kids Table. I forgot to mention your names because I got so excited that you were here. Sean on guitar, you got David singing. Big D and the Kids Table, Strictly Rude, in stores everywhere. We talked about the Warped Tour. We talked about basically writing. We talked about what's going on with the Throwdown a bit with the Mighty Mighty Bosstones back together. Can you kind of go into a little more detail about the Bosstones and just their basically, I don't know, they're like legends in Boston.
Yeah,
I mean,
they really are. I mean,
it's like the Red Sox and Dickie Barrett almost.
It's for real.
You
I
know?
mean, not only were they so different when they first came out, but they always they played with hardcore bands like Slapshot, and so you'd be at this big hardcore show, and then the Bosstones would come up, and every kind of kid loved them.
Yeah.
And so we definitely play down the fact that we are like school kids excited to play.
Are you influenced by
Hell,
the
huge
early
influence.
Boston? Okay, are you,
Of course. You know,
and
we
just
grew
only
up-
the Bosstones because you got the Dropkicks out there. You know, you've got back in the day the Effigies, everyone out there. Are you guys influenced by Boston music in general?
I think everybody in Boston is kind of influenced by each other. It's such a small scene. It's not like New York or LA. Everybody kind of knows each other. But the Bosstones have been huge in our lives as musicians and fans and
We have that
songwriters.
we have that schoolyard love for them. You know what I mean? Like 15, 16, 17 years old. Like you can never penetrate that.
Yeah. I had Al Barr on the show a couple weeks back, and he was saying the same thing. And I asked him, I go, do you feel that, when the Bosstones kind of took a break, you guys kind of took on that torch? And he wouldn't even take he was like, what are you talking about? The Bosstones could take off 10 years and, they'd still come back as strong as ever. Do you feel though like bands like the Dropkick Murphys got to start from the Mighty Bosstones?
Definitely. And when they took off so hard, I felt so happy for them because at least it was that Boston band, from grassroots still going, plugging away.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
They represent our city very well.
Very
The
well,
Dropkicks, the Bosstones, and we're trying to do our part.
Yeah.
Sean, I got to ask you though, because, like you mentioned LA, I'm from LA, you mentioned New York City, you got people from New York City wear that on their sleeve. Boston, though, man, is one of those cities that, like, if you're from Boston and there's another guy from Boston, I mean, it's like there's like a bromantic going on right there. I mean,
Bromantic.
you know what I'm saying? No,
It's true, man.
I've been on a
It's
plane where like
true.
two guys, if one guy's from one part of Boston, the other guy is, then
It's on.
Yeah, and then they want to fight everyone on the plane that's not from Boston.
it's
God forbid a
awesome.
Yankee
It's
shows up
pretty
with
true,
the hat on from New York City. It's
Well, we
just
had
done.
that in Texas the other day.
Yeah, and we were in New York City when the Sox won the World Series this year. So
Were you scared?
Hell no. I mean, yes. No, it was just great.
Why is there that pride though for Boston so much?
I think it's really just hard. I think there's a hard. Everyone really works hard in Boston. That that the other person is a good, working person. I think.
Is it because of the winter though? You
Yeah,
said?
it's
It
so
just makes
cold.
people
It's
pissed.
just the winter, and like Boston's the only place where you could get on the subway and moan about the cold that day, and everyone will immediately, in a friend way, be like, "Yeah, man, I know. You all right? Sit down." Like it's just a little camaraderie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Hey, before we split, I want to talk about, we brought up Kevin Lyman's name earlier
Yes.
on the show, and you guys recently went out and did a good deed. You basically, fill in detail. I know you hooked up.
Yeah.
This was something that was a contest. It
Yeah,
went through Warped Tour.
The Eco Initiative was this company that Warped Tour and Kevin Lyman were working with to try and the Warped Tour produces so much trash every year. They're trying to be more eco-friendly, which
Besides
we all
beer
should be
cans.
doing. Yeah.
Just, so
Yeah.
it's a lot more.
Water, everything. So we had a biodiesel bus, using better, more efficient fuel. We recycle, we have shirts that help promote ways of helping the earth out. And they noticed us that we happen to be the most eco-friendly band. And they flew us down to Key West, and we took a tour of this eco sanctuary. We met the Cousteaus, the grandkids of Jacques Cousteau.
Damn.
And we all hit it off, and we're trying to promote eco-friendly and awareness at our shows now too. So we have to.
How's it being received?
Everybody loves it. If you're not into it, what kind of person are you?
And also, if you're not into it, you kind of had your head like buried in the sand.
Yeah,
With everyone talking about it and aware of it. Do
Yeah.
you feel though that you guys are turning on any kids onto something they
I
might not have known
definitely
about?
think so. I mean, at this point, we wanted to do just more than entertain. We wanted to like say something humane, and everyone loves it. Everyone secretly is totally for it. They just need help knowing what to do to be proactive for it. So we're helping out.
That's
We're doing
awesome.
our part. Our part is, we see a few hundred kids every night. couple of them go home and do their part, it's just going to spread.
We get a lot of emails about kids saying, I set this up recycling in my school, I set this recycling in my work. It's great.
It just trickles on.
Yeah.
Hey,
And-
before you split, 2008 for Big D and the Kids Table, what's on the table for you guys?
Well,
no pun intended.
We just
I can't believe I said that.
Wah, wah.
We just started playing with some new songs, so we just put the riding boots on, and so far they're great songs.
And those boots look great on you, man.
Thank you very much.
Seriously. All right, man. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Sean and David from Big D and the Kids
up?
Table.
Yeah.
Strictly Rude in stores everywhere. If you get a chance, head out to Boston. Fly. Get a ticket. The date for that show, you got the
Believe
Bouncing
it's
Souls.
The 30th of December. It's a matinee show.
You get Christmas money, you got to go to the show.
Hell
Do
yeah.
it.
It'll be good. All right, right now I'm going to leave you with another track that we all decided that fits tonight. It's called Hell on Earth, Complete Control Radio.